Australia latitude longitude is at the Australia. The hotspot with Darwin, Catherine, Wilson, Darwin, Catherine, Bertrand, William, Bertrand, Broom, Hotspot, Hotspot, is west. On the west side, Canberra, Oslo, Osprey, Broome, Derby, William, Burden, Catherine, and Darwin. Coolgardie, on the west side, the president of the Coolgardie, Kalgoorlie, Asbury's. On the west side, the presence of Augusta in Australia. On the western side, Liverpool, this Liverpool, Bashir, Albany, Zeral, that is Latin, Zeralatin, Sharkari, Bashir, and northwest, Robin, Port Heartland is very famous for an airport. Port Heartland, Kimberley, where there is a lots of kangaroo. Kimberley. This was the portion of a northwest. This portion is totally based on a northwest according to the standardized directions. Look at the inside towns of Australia, where near the presence of an oceans, there is Oslo, there is Carnarvon, there is an amount, Magnate, Australia itself name its virtue, Kalgoorlie, Zikin, Asbury's, and then Penang. Now look at the south portion. This the fourth, the mentioned above is the south regions of Australia, underlying the near the seen from the above top equator to the downside of the pole, where the name famous is Asperger's higher Penang. South, west. Now south opposite the north, where the north The first one is the Darwin here. This is Darwin. The Darwin places on Australia. The Darwin's places on Australia. Catherine. Catherine Frederick, where there is lots of names coming in a history where Catherine, Darwin, and Debruin also in the north, and Vidham, Vindham, and Hulls, basically HALES, which is very, and the Crick, where the scientist Francis Crick were born, who have lots of result. Basically, the Australia depends on a biological species where there is a lot of forests and there is a lot of biodiversity. The natural hotspots is very present in Australia. So the capital city is named put on a name of an according to the era. The places have been changed by new names according to the scientists. In the north there is a Darwin, Catherine, Windham, Creek, Hales, Broome, Derby in the north, and in the west there is a present of a Magnate, Killardy Mount, and in a portion of a south Penang, Dikin, Kultuli in the south, and in the east region, the names of which are originally in a 19th century, 18th century, by virtue of the old name city, is based. Now reading from the non-Latin colonial language, Queensland, Charleville, Toowoomba, Wabika, Golan, New South Wales, Geelong, Wells, Ballard, Bathurst, of course the Canberra. Canberra is located in the south of Australia. Melbourne, very famous Melbourne, in the south region of Australia. The continent, south continent, which is down the equator of Victoria, and there is an island in between this. The name of this is King Dweep, that is King Island, Bospushir, Lancelot, Hobart, in a east direction, east side, and Sydney, Newcastle, Bradford, Brisbane, Gympie, Maryborough, Great Sandy, HAEMPTON, Mecca, Charles Tower. Looking at the north side of the continent, there is an ocean called Tamor, Innsbruck, Melville Island, and that is East Temporary. That is North Timor Ocean in the north, Timor, Sumbawa, Limburger, Flores, any number, Frederick, Hendrick Island, Thursday Island, Hendrick Island, Thursday Island, Anhame Bushi, Carpinteria, it's Bay, Carpinteria, Wellesley Island, Wellesley, based on the name of the scientist Wellesley, worked on a human species name, and the Cook Town, which is integral part of its continent of a capital. the neighboring. Now finally look at the on a globe of Earth, the Australia is particularly inside particularly the neighboring. There is no neighboring any continent, neighboring continent, and there is full of oceans and islands with a different particular famous names, where there is a lot of biodiversity due to its there is human human development is very growing species, and there is a lots of the natural things which happening in the capital A continent, and the some names which were based on a historic person, so which is the truth of the sense of a country. Now, uh, once going from the rotating at a that is rotating at a some angle, uh, divided into the 24 parts, and 1 to 12, and then 1 to 12, 1 to 12 in a one slot, and 1 to 12 in another slot. So the first 1 to 12 slots, which covers the whole of the Australia, and sometimes there is a natural where there is a purification water, is potable water is very less in this region, and there is a salty waters which is very, and the fresh water is not present here, and sometimes the natural climatic conditions be happenings in here, and due to the calamity the forest gets a fire burn down, the forest catches fires and get at its peaks in its. Besides living on an island, she is did last 2 years back in 2019 on a March there was fire on a there was a fire on a forest of capital continent, which was for a month continuously, and the many species were endangered, and a lot of